Hey, my sister and her husband apparently want to invite me on a trip with them. So, I'm leaving tomorrow.
What? They want to invite you on a trip? Wait, so the three of you are going on a trip together? What's the situation here? And isn't this way too sudden? What's going on exactly?
Oh, it's nothing. I just forgot to tell you, that's all. You weren't invited. I figured you'd throw a bit of a tantrum if you knew. So I decided to just keep it quiet.
What? I wouldn't throw a tantrum. It's not like I wanted to go in the first place. But I told you already, I wanted to talk with you about something important this weekend. I even asked you to keep it open, remember?
Oh, did you? Honestly? Is it really something you need to build up like that? If you got something to say, you can just say it now, you know.
I know, but I was hoping we could spend this weekend together. You've hardly been home lately, and I thought we could take it easy as a couple and, have a proper talk.
Come on, we can do that anytime. But I don't get to go on trips with my sister and her husband all that often, you know? It just so happens that the timing worked out for tomorrow. So of course I'm going to prioritize that. No reason for you to complain, right?
Why do you have to put it that way? Are you saying our marriage doesn't matter at all to you?
Oh, come on, give me a break. Why are you getting so hysterical about this? It's just a short trip, no big deal. You're making a whole thing and it's exhausting.
That's not the point I'm trying to make.
Anyways, I'm going out for drinks tonight, so I'll be back later. Just go to bed without waiting up for me, alright? I'd rather not come home till you're still awake. And don't worry about my packing. I can get everything done in no time, so you don't need to stress over it.
Understood. I'll go to sleep then. Take care and come home safely.
Hey, I'll be coming home tonight, but I'll have already eaten, so you don't need to prepare anything for dinner. My sister invited me out, and I'll be hanging out with her and her husband for a while. I don't think I'll be back too late, but don't worry about waiting up.
Oh, okay. I understand. But hey, they didn't ask you for any unusual favors this time, did they? I still remember what happened the last time. They invited you over for what you told me was just a casual meal, and I didn't think anything of it. Then you came back and told me they'd actually asked us to take care of their dog while they went on vacation. We both knew that our apartment doesn't allow pets, yet you just went ahead and accepted. I was the one left dealing with all the logistics of that mess, while you barely handled any of it yourself. After that whole situation, we agreed that you wouldn't accept any more favors from them without discussing it with me first. So I'd really like to hope there's nothing that's going on like that this time.
Come on, that was a different situation. I wasn't planning on taking any big favors or anything like that. I just wanted to try spending some time with a dog. Pets aren't allowed here, sure, but I wanted to have the experience of having a dog around, even if just for a little while. It wasn't like I was completely unaware of the trouble it caused, but I was hoping you understand. This time, though, there's no dog involved, so don't worry. I know you made your feelings clear on that last time. Honestly, I think I was more disappointed than anything else because of how mad you got. I didn't think you'd react that way.
Maybe you're the one who doesn't get it. Dogs aren't toys, you know. You can't just decide to try having a pet on a whim whenever you feel like it. That kind of behavior is irresponsible, and it's not fair to anyone involved. The dog, me, or anyone else who ends up affected. Anyway, let's set that aside for now. You're saying there's absolutely nothing strange this time, right?
I've already told you, I'm not taking care of any pets or anything. So can we move on? It's not that kind of visit. They just found a new place they're looking into and they wanted to show it to me. And no, it's not some place that would need us to babysit their dog or anything like that.
Wait, what? Are you certain this new place they're looking into doesn't allow pets or won't create any responsibilities we need to cover for? Because if they're looking for a setup where we're expected to take on any extra burdens for them, that's just not going to work for us. I don't want to go through another situation where we have to do extra for them because they made plans without thinking it through.
I already told you, it's not about pets at all. They're looking into a luxury condo, and it's all in their control. You don't need to worry. Besides, they only asked me for one small favor, and I doubt it's something that would even affect you.
Wait a second. What favor did they ask for? Why are you being so casual about this? When you say one small favor, what exactly did you agree to?
Oh well, my sister asked me if I'd be willing to co-sign on their new place. It's a luxury condo they're looking into, worth about $2 million. But hey, it's just a formality. It's not like I'm actually going to be responsible for any payments or anything. They just need someone to vouch, you know? It's all technical, really.
Wait, what? You're joking, right?
Not joking at all, actually. It's really not a big deal. I trust them completely. And they never skip out on something like this. It's just a piece of paper to help them out with the formalities. Come on, you can relax. Besides, if anything were to come up, I could always let you handle it. Not that anything would actually happen.
You can't be serious. I can't believe you agreed to do something like this without even consulting me. Do you have any idea what you've done? Co-signing on a loan that big is no small favor, and it's definitely not something you just casually agree to. Are you even aware of the potential consequences if they fail to pay?
What are you getting so worked up about? Are you saying that you don't trust my sister and her husband? That's kind of low, don't you think? This is family we're talking about here. My actual sister, you know?
To be honest, no, I don't trust them. We've been through enough with them in the past that I know better than to believe they wouldn't put us in an uncomfortable situation if it suited them. I've always felt that our values don't align, and I get the distinct impression that they only invited you out this time to keep me out of the way. They know you're more likely to agree to something impulsively, and if I was there, I would have told them no. Isn't that exactly why they conveniently chose to invite only you?
What are you even talking about? You sound paranoid. You're supposed to be my wife, aren't you? Why are you so skeptical?
I get it now. I should have been more cautious from the start. I didn't expect them to go this far, but I also didn't expect you to agree to something like this behind my back.
Enough with the accusations already. You're so cold-hearted, honestly. Isn't family important to you at all? This is my sister we're talking about. Isn't helping out family a natural thing to do?
Then explain this to me. Why didn't they invite me along with you if they see me as part of the family? If they respect us as a married couple, shouldn't they have asked us both to discuss this together? If you two really think of me as family, why didn't we all sit down together to agree on this?
They probably just thought you react the way you are now, nagging and making a big deal out of everything. I mean, just look at how you're handling it right now. Isn't this exactly why they thought it would be easier to talk to me alone?
So you're admitting that you knew I would have legitimate concerns about it, but you still went along with it because they made it easier by only inviting you? Isn't that exactly what happened? I've told you since before we got married that financial matters are very important to me. I made it clear that I wanted open communication about anything significant, and I specifically told you that I hate secrecy in any form. Didn't we both agree on these things? Or did those words mean nothing to you?
You're overreacting. It's not like I committed to us some massive financial expense. It's just co-signing, and I'm not hiding anything. I'm literally telling you right now. Maybe the real problem is how uptight you are. I bet this is why your last marriage didn't work out either. All these rules, all these restrictions, telling me not to hide things, not to lie, to consult you in every single detail. It's exhausting.
I'm just asking for basic respect and transparency. The kind of open communication any healthy marriage should have. You know what? I can't trust you anymore. I hate to admit it, but I think I made a huge mistake in trusting you. I'm done. I want a divorce.
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? You'd be on your second divorce, you know. You really mean it?
Yes, I do. Completely serious. If I stay with you, I feel like I'll only be dragged down further into a life of constant stress. I can't keep going like this. I'll pack my things and be done as soon as you sign the papers. You don't have to worry about me nagging you anymore.
That's actually funny. You know, it's not like you make that much from your job, right? Are you sure you'll be okay without me? You better think this through.
I'll manage just fine. And don't worry, I'll also be filing for alimony.
Alimony? Now you're being absurd. For what exactly?
Don't play dumb. You know very well why. I wanted to have this conversation in person, but I see there's no point in giving you any more chances. I know about your late nights, your constant disappearing acts, and the messages you've been hiding on your phone. You've broken every promise, so yes, I'll be getting what I'm legally entitled to.
Fine, go ahead. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Just don't expect me to be here when you get back.
Perfect. Don't be. Goodbye.
Thank you for the voice message earlier. I could hear your voice trembling, but I know you're not okay, are you? I understand the situation now. I can only imagine how painful things must be for you right now. But just hang in there a little longer. Today, no matter what time it is, come back to our family home. I'll come to pick you up. It doesn't matter how late it is.
Thank you so much, Mom. Earlier, I tried to be strong when I spoke to my husband, but I can't help but feel completely fed up right now. I don't think it's just sadness I'm feeling, so I'm okay. I've known for a while that he was having an affair with a woman from the company. It's infuriating and makes me want to throw up, but now I'm just filled with disbelief and anger.
I totally understand. I can't believe he would take on a $2 million joint guarantee without even asking you. It shocks me that there are people like him, aside from my ex-husband. Why do you think we always end up choosing people like this? It's so true. When my husband told me he had become a joint guarantor, I thought to myself, oh, my poor daughter, you must be feeling something similar. It reminded me of your father.
He went ahead and took out loans on his own, making you the guarantor without a second thought, saying everything would be fine, but then he couldn't pay it back and just ran away, leaving you with the entire burden. I have so much respect for you, Mom, for fighting through all that while raising me and trying to pay off the debts.
It was really tough, but because of those experiences, I now have my own business. I enjoy my work so much, so in a way, it turned out well. I really didn't want you to go through the same thing, though.
I know, and that's why I tried to warn you before you married him. He knows about my past, about the difficulties you faced, and I made it very clear that any financial matters needed to be discussed openly. Yet, here we are. What is it with the men we seem to fall for? Are they all just losers?
It might be the case, huh? But even so, I want you to know that you're going to be okay. You're my child and you're strong. You can do your work well and you can enjoy life. You'll be able to live your life just fine. So please, don't worry about it.
Hearing you say that makes such a huge difference. When you say that, it reassures me, and I really do feel like I'll be okay. You're right. I'll definitely be all right. I'll embrace my new life and enjoy it.
And that's the spirit. Remember, you've always had the strength to get through tough times. It's like you've taught me resilience. You've been through so much, and yet you've always managed to bounce back. This will just be another hurdle that you'll overcome. You're not alone in this. I'm here with you, and we'll get through this together.
Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate your support. It's just that sometimes I feel overwhelmed and I start to doubt myself. But knowing you're here for me makes a world of difference.
You've grown up to be such a strong and capable woman, and I'm so proud of you.
I learned from the best. Watching you navigate all those challenges made me stronger.
I want you to remember that you deserve happiness and peace. Don't let the situation define you or your future. It's okay to feel angry or upset, but don't let those feelings take control. Instead, focus on what makes you happy and fulfilled.
You're right. I've been so caught up in my feelings of betrayal and anger that I've lost sight of what's really important. I need to find my joy again. I used to love painting and crafting. Maybe I should pick up those hobbies again. They always made me feel alive.
Absolutely. You should definitely do that. Reconnecting with your passions can really help you clear your mind and give you a sense of purpose. Plus, it's a great way to express yourself.
Art has a way of healing wounds that words sometimes can't reach. I've missed that feeling. It's been so long since I've allowed myself to enjoy those simple pleasures. I think I'll take some time this weekend to get my art supplies out and start creating again. It'll be nice to rediscover that part of myself.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see what you create. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the process and expressing what's in your heart. And who knows? Maybe you'll discover a new passion that brings you even more joy.
Thank you for always encouraging me, Mom. You remind me that it's okay to be vulnerable and that I can always rely on you. I'll keep pushing forward and focus on rebuilding my life. Together, we can make it through anything.
Together? Absolutely. I'm so glad we can talk about these things. You're not just my daughter. You're also my inspiration. Let's embrace this new chapter in our lives and make it the best one yet.
Yes, let's do that. I'm ready to take on this new adventure with you by my side.
Daisy, can we please talk about getting back together? I've thought a lot about things since you left.
What? There's no way I would consider that. Speaking of which, I didn't realize I hadn't blocked you yet. I was shocked to receive your message.
Just hear me out. After you were gone, I finally understood how important you were to me. You always managed to balance work and household responsibilities perfectly. Living alone has really shown me just how quickly a place can get messy, and how much time it takes to prepare meals, do laundry, and take care of everything. It's been a real struggle, especially with the cold water making my hands rough and raw. It's been a disaster. Honestly, I'm so grateful for everything you did for me. I want you to give our life together another shot.
This is so typical of you. Now you realize how much I contributed to your life and think you can just ask me to come back? I would almost ask for compensation for all that time I wasted on you. If I were to remarry you, I would be giving you a free pass to have me take care of everything again. Why on earth would I want to become your maid again? Absolutely not. You have no idea how hard I've been working while you were living in comfort. Just because you are now struggling doesn't mean you get to offload that struggle onto me. You're still as selfish as ever.
Maud, don't say things like that. I've actually started to change a little, you know?
Really? And what's the truth behind that claim?
Huh? What do you mean?
I know you well enough to guess that your sister and her husband ran off, leaving you with their debt, and now you're in a panic trying to drag me down with you, right?
That's not it. Not exactly. You figured me out pretty well there. Actually, I did lose them. I'm drowning in debt now. After I paid you the alimony, everything spiraled out of control. Living alone has become unbearable, and my debt is piling up. I'm really scared that if this continues, I won't be able to handle it anymore.
Oh, really? That's fascinating. I have to say, I'm genuinely interested and can't help but think that you brought this on yourself.
Why would you think that? I'm still your ex-husband. Don't forget you said you wanted kids. You talked about how you dreamed of having a family and living happily ever after.
Yes, that was my dream. I've always wanted to be a mother. I longed for a child. My first husband, before you, was unable to have kids due to a health condition. He hid that from me before we got married, even though he knew I desperately wanted children. After we got married, we had a lot of arguments, which I shared with you before we tied the knot. I thought you understood where I was coming from, and now it feels like you've completely forgotten all of that.
I knew about it, but I must have pushed it out of my mind. I understood why you had issues with secrets and deception because of the troubles with your first husband. I was aware of that.
But when you divorced me, you threw that in my face, telling me how I hated secrets and couldn't forgive lies, and that's why I had to leave my first husband. You were fully aware of all of that.
You're right. I might have said that. I'm sorry. But I've changed now. I genuinely want to get back with you. I want to try again.
I truly want to cut all ties with you. That's why I divorced you. My father left behind a mountain of debt and disappeared, and my mother has struggled ever since. I believe I have shared all of this with you before.
I understand that, but it doesn't change anything between us now.
The fact that you can't connect those dots is precisely why we shouldn't be together.
Please, I'm begging you. If things continue this way, I won't be able to survive. Help me pay off my debts. I know you loved working. You enjoyed it, right? That's why you worked, even though you could have been a stay-at-home wife.
That's not the case. I've learned that I have to protect myself, so I've worked hard, studied for qualifications, and honed my skills. Thanks to that, I've been just fine after our divorce. In fact, I'm happier than ever.
Why would you say that? Why would you say such things to me? I have no one else to rely on but you.
Don't think you can lean on me anymore, you loser. You are nothing to me now. You're just a stranger. How long are you going to keep acting so spoiled? I've told you time and again that you should consult someone about your money troubles. The fact that you've chosen to live your life irresponsibly is not my fault. Enjoy drowning in your sea of debt.
Please, don't talk like that.
Why? Because it's the truth. You've made your bed, now lie in it. You think I would want to help you again after everything? No way. You've proven that you haven't changed at all, and I have no interest in returning to that life. I've spent so long freeing myself from the chains you put on me.
No, Daisy, I really need you.
You don't need me. You need someone to bail you out of the mess you created. You think I'm just going to come back and take care of everything again? You really have no idea how much I've grown and how strong I've become since our split. I'm living my life now, and I refuse to be dragged back into your chaos.
I can't do this alone. I'll really be in trouble if this keeps up. I can't manage without you.
Not my problem. You made your choices, and now you have to deal with the consequences. You chose to live a life that was careless and irresponsible, and I won't be a part of that anymore. I deserve better than to be treated like a safety net for your mistakes.
I just don't understand how you can turn your back on someone you once loved.
You don't get it, do you? Love doesn't mean sacrificing my happiness and well-being for you. You've made it clear time and again that you only think about yourself and what you want. I'm not your caregiver anymore.
But I changed. I'm trying to do better. I want us to be a family. We can work through this together.
What family? You think we can just pick up where we left off? You think I would willingly jump back into a relationship that nearly ruined me? You're delusional.
I'm begging you. Just give me one more chance. I'll show you I can change.
Change? You mean saying whatever it takes to get me back? This is typical of you. You've never been sincere. How can I trust that you really mean what you say now? You're just scared, and you think throwing some sweet talk my way will fix everything.
Daisy, please. You're the only person I can count on. I don't know what else to do.
Then figure it out. You need to learn how to take responsibility for your own life. I won't be your crutch. If you continue to lean on me, it will only drag me down again, and I refuse to let that happen. You should be ashamed of how you've handled everything.
But I really need help. I can't face this alone.
That's not my problem anymore. I've worked too hard to rebuild my life, and I refuse to let you come in and wreck it again. You've caused enough damage, and I'm not going to sit by and let you do it again.
Please, I'm begging you. Don't leave me like this. I can't handle it.
You should have thought about that before. You need to learn that actions have consequences, and you have to face them alone now. Stop expecting me to fix your mistakes. It's not fair to me. I've done my time dealing with your chaos, and I won't go back to it.
You don't have to be so cruel. I can change. I want to change for us.
No, you want to change for yourself. You only want to change because you're scared and desperate. Don't confuse that with love. I'm done trying to convince you of anything. You need to wake up and see how your choices affect others.
I just wanted us to be happy together. Why can't you see that?
Because happiness isn't built on illusions. You've created this mess, and I won't be a part of your fairy tale anymore. I deserve my happiness, and it won't be found by going back to you. After I blocked my ex-husband from all contact, it seems he lost his only source of support and fell into a pit of debt. I heard through the grapevine that he eventually resorted to borrowing from loan sharks, leading him down a dark path. Rumor has it that he's now involved in some pretty shady dealings. There are various theories about why he vanished from sight. Some say he was taken by gangsters and forced onto a fishing boat for tuna, while others claim he's living in some dangerous foreign city, selling organs just to survive. Regardless of the details, one thing is clear. He certainly isn't thriving in any way. Hearing these stories brings me a strange sense of satisfaction as I finally let go of the negative emotions tied to him. The choice to block him was not an easy one. It took a long time for me to reach that point. I spent years hoping he would change, that he would somehow transform into the person I once fell in love with. I tried everything, including counseling and discussions about our issues, but nothing seemed to work. Each time he would promise to do better, but it would only be a matter of time before he slipped back into old habits. When I think back on those days, I realize how trapped I felt. I was clinging to the hope that our relationship could improve, but I was only deluding myself. Blocking him was my only way of finally asserting control over my life, a decision I made to protect my well-being. I had to prioritize myself and my happiness over the misguided loyalty I felt towards him. Now that I'm free from that toxic relationship, I'm focusing on my own life and happiness. It's empowering to know that I made a difficult choice for my own sake. I've learned to embrace the idea of being single and enjoying my independence. It's a refreshing change after years of feeling weighed down by my past. I'm now actively engaged in the world of dating, determined to find someone who is genuinely good for me. I've joined various dating platforms and even attended social events specifically designed for singles. I've met some interesting people along the way, each with their own unique stories and backgrounds. It's both exciting and a little nerve-wracking to put myself out there, but I'm committed to finding a partner who will treat me with the respect and love I deserve. Still, I can't help but reflect on my previous relationship from time to time. It's hard not to think about the years I invested and the dreams I had for our future together. Yet, I've come to understand that those dreams were based on a fantasy rather than reality. I was often caught up in what could have been rather than what was. Now, I've shifted my focus to the present and the possibilities that lie ahead. Being single has opened up a world of opportunities for me. I can make spontaneous decisions without having to consult anyone else. I can travel wherever I want, explore new hobbies, and spend time with friends and family without feeling guilty or torn. It's liberating to be able to live life on my own terms, and I find myself enjoying activities I had neglected for far too long. As I navigate this new chapter in my life, I've discovered a newfound strength within myself. I'm learning to love myself more, appreciating my individuality and what makes me unique. This journey has also helped me recognize the importance of setting boundaries and knowing my worth. I won't settle for less than I deserve, and I'm not afraid to walk away from anyone who doesn't align with my values. In my quest for love, I've also been working on understanding what I truly want in a partner. I've spent time reflecting on the qualities that matter most to me: kindness, honesty, ambition, and a sense of humor. These traits are essential for me, and I won't compromise on them. I want someone who challenges me to grow and who can support me through life's ups and downs. While I'm excited about the prospect of finding a new partner, I'm also cautious. I've learned the hard way that not everyone who enters my life has good intentions. I'm more aware of red flags and warning signs, and I trust my instincts when it comes to relationships. It's a relief to know that I have the power to choose who I allow into my life and that I won't tolerate any form of disrespect. At the same time, I'm not putting pressure on myself to rush into another relationship. I'm enjoying the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. I've taken this time to invest in myself, pursuing interests I've always wanted to explore, like painting, hiking, and even volunteering for causes I care about. Each experience has enriched my life and helped me develop a deeper understanding of who I am. As I move forward, I carry the lessons from my past with me. I'm grateful for the growth that has come from my experiences, even the painful ones. They have shaped me into the person I am today, stronger, wiser, and more resilient. I won't allow anyone, not even my ex-husband, to define my worth or dictate my happiness. In conclusion, while I may have blocked my ex-husband and cut ties with a toxic past, I've opened the door to a bright future filled with endless possibilities. I'm excited to continue this journey of self-exploration and eventually find a love that is healthy, supportive, and fulfilling. The path ahead is mine to shape, and I'm determined to make the most of it.
Your daughter might be cute, but not having you as her mother would have been better. And she has no future prospects. Oh, what a shame.
Excuse me? What kind of harassment is this? Are you actually making fun of my child? That's completely unacceptable.
Did I say something wrong? I'm just being honest about what everyone thinks. Adam could have married someone more suitable.
I can't believe you're saying these things. Amy is your granddaughter. What did I ever do to make you dislike me this much?
Don't act innocent. You've been looking down on our family since day one. Just because you have a good job doesn't mean you're better than us.
I've never looked down on anyone. I've always tried to be respectful to you. Why are you suddenly attacking me like this?
I'm not scared of you being angry. But about Michelle's baby shower, I heard you're coming. Why are you even showing up? You're not even family.
What do you mean I'm not family? I've been married to Adam for 5 years now. Of course I'm coming to celebrate Michelle's baby.
You weren't there for her during the hard times. Where were you when she was struggling? And you just show up now to pretend you care.
I'm coming because I was invited. I'm genuinely happy about Michelle's successful pregnancy, and I'm so glad both mother and baby are doing well.
You must be jealous.
What? Jealous of what exactly?
Don't play dumb. You know exactly what I mean. The way you've been acting since Michelle announced her pregnancy.
I really don't understand what you're implying. Could you please explain?
My daughter could have a son while you couldn't. He'll be the family heir after all.
Family heir? What are you talking about? Your husband is just a regular office worker. There's no inheritance to speak of.
You're so materialistic. Always thinking about money. This is about family legacy.
I still don't understand why you're being so hostile. What legacy are you talking about?
That's not the point. I just don't understand. Obviously, everyone wants a son more than a daughter.
That's an incredibly outdated way of thinking. Every child is precious. You should know that.
There you go again, acting like you know everything.
Well, that depends on the person, I think. Not everyone shares your views about sons and daughters.
Your parents must be so disappointed in a daughter like you. Always contradicting your elders. No respect at all.
Helen, Michelle is your daughter too, right? Weren't you happy when she was born?
What are you talking about? Of course I was happy. Don't try to twist my words.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I love my daughter and actually wanted a girl. I'm not jealous at all. Being jealous doesn't even make sense, honestly.
You're so arrogant, acting like you know better than everyone. This is why nobody in the family likes you.
That's not true at all. I get along well with everyone except you.
I really can't stand the way you talk. Always so smug. Like you're better than everyone else.
Excuse me? I'm just trying to have a normal conversation. Why do you always interpret everything I say in the worst possible way?
Because I see right through you. Getting pregnant and having a baby before Michelle when you're younger than her really pisses me off, and then you act all confident about it. And I don't understand why my husband dotes on your daughter so much.
There's nothing to see through. I'm always sincere with everyone. She's his first grandchild. That's completely normal. I'm sure John loves both Amy and Kyle equally as his grandchildren. You keep treating me like an outsider, but I'm Amy's mother and a member of this family. You're an important grandmother to Amy too, you know?
Important grandmother? Oh, don't try to butter me up now. So what? What's your point?
I'm trying to understand why you're so angry at me. What have I done wrong? Well?
Just stop. You clearly don't get it. You'll never understand our family.
You're right. I really don't understand what you're trying to say. I don't understand why you're so determined to push me away. I'm glad I had the day free. Looking forward to celebrating with everyone on Sunday.
We're looking forward to it. Of course I'm free. Thanks for checking in.
Of course. I'm really grateful to you too. How are you feeling? Are you getting enough rest?
Much better now that I'm not on bed rest. Kyle's such a good baby, too. Barely cries at night.
That's wonderful. Amy was such a fussy baby at first. I barely slept for months.
And as for Kyle, well, I still can't believe how everything worked out.
I can't wait to meet him. Amy keeps asking when she can play with her cousin.
That's so sweet. I hope he and Amy become good friends. They're only a year apart. I'm sure they'll get along great.
Amy's already picked out some of her toys to share with him. She's so excited about being a big cousin.
Sarah, really, I don't even know how to thank you properly. I wish I could have thanked you sooner.
Please don't worry about it. We're family. I'm just so happy everything worked out.
But I had to stay on bed rest. I felt terrible not being able to properly thank you.
The late pregnancy hospital stay was tough, wasn't it? Don't worry about it at all. Please don't think twice about it. I'm just so happy that you had a successful delivery and Kyle is here and healthy. I'm really excited to meet him.
You've done so much for us. Not just the clinic recommendation. About that, I've been wanting to talk about it. The money.
Oh, we can talk about that whenever. Please don't worry about it. I did it because I wanted to help. I know how expensive treatments can be.
Still, you didn't have to do that. Especially after paying for your own treatments.
I wanted to help. After my experience, I couldn't bear to see you struggle. Having someone who understands makes such a difference.
We're definitely going to pay you back. We've been setting aside money each month. My husband and I are so grateful. He wanted me to tell you again how much it means to us. I just wanted you to know that you've changed our lives.
Really, please don't worry about it. Having Kyle here healthy and happy is all that matters. And Amy is thrilled to have a cousin.
You're always so positive, even with everything else going on. I'm sorry about Mom.
It's not your fault. Let's just focus on celebrating Kyle. Looking forward to Sunday.
Yes, let's. Though I hope Mom behaves.
Whatever happens, we'll handle it. This is about celebrating Kyle.
You're right. Thank you for always being so understanding. See you Sunday.
Just so you know, there's no sushi for you even though you showed up. I made sure they didn't order any extra.
What do you mean? I thought we were all having lunch together.
I'm saying we ordered sushi for everyone else, but not for you. You don't even care about celebrating the birth, so I don't know why you showed your face here. You really have some nerve showing up.
I don't understand. Michelle invited me personally. She specifically asked for me to be there. Why wouldn't there be food for me?
Because you're not wanted here. Michelle was just being polite. She couldn't exactly not invite her brother's wife.
Why are you being like this? Of course I'm here to celebrate. I've been supporting Michelle through her fertility treatments from the beginning.
Supporting her? You mean looking down on her? Acting all superior because you had a baby first.
What? Looking down on her? Where is this coming from?
Don't play innocent. I've seen how you act. Always bragging about your perfect little family.
I've never done anything like that. Michelle and I are close. We support each other.
You were probably laughing at my daughter for not being able to get pregnant. How could I consider someone like that family? You think you're so much better than everyone.
That's ridiculous. Why would I laugh about something like that? I went through the same struggles.
There you go again, making everything about yourself.
That's all in your head. You're completely misunderstanding everything. You've created this whole narrative that isn't true.
What are you talking about? I'm never wrong about these things. I know exactly what kind of person you are.
You're really going to regret this. You should probably stop while you can. You don't know what you're talking about.
Are you threatening me now? I don't understand what you're rambling about. Just get out! Get out of my house!
This is Michelle and her husband's house, isn't it? When did it become your house?
I live here too, so it's my house too. Non-family members need to leave. You don't belong here.
Are you serious right now? You're really going to do this at Kyle's celebration?
I said get out! You're making me sick. Why would we order expensive sushi for you? This is my daughter's celebration, so we splurged on high-end sushi. Oh, but none for outsiders like you. You can lick some soy sauce if you want. That should be enough for someone like you.
I'm leaving. I won't stay where I'm not wanted.
Running away already? Oh, how disappointing. I thought you'd put up more of a fight about staying. You're leaving pretty easily. Shows how much you really care about family.
Helen, please don't contact us anymore. This is beyond unacceptable.
What are you trying to say? You think you can cut off contact with family?
I'm leaving because I don't want to deal with this nastiness anymore. I'm really sorry to Michelle, but I can't handle being around you anymore. I think it's best if we cut ties. You've made it clear how you feel about me.
Oh, now you're acting like the victim. How dare you be so disrespectful? Fine by me. I don't want anything to do with you either. Don't ever come to this house again. I'll tell Michelle not to let you in. See how she chooses between us.
Fine. Do whatever you want. You insulted my daughter. You've completely misunderstood everything about me. I don't think I can deal with you anymore. I'm leaving now. Goodbye.
Good riddance. Don't come crawling back later. Michelle will understand once I explain everything. Where did you go? What did you say to Michelle? Why isn't she answering my calls? Michelle is absolutely furious. What lies did you tell her? She is demanding that I leave the house.
Is that right? Well, that's to be expected. Your comments to me were pretty awful, Helen.
She is acting completely unreasonable. What exactly did you say to her? You must have twisted everything.
I didn't need to twist anything. The truth was enough.
What do you mean, awful? Why is Michelle angry at me? She kept saying something incomprehensible about you being her guardian angel. I have no clue what she's talking about. What did you do to turn my daughter against me?
Maybe that's because you never try to listen to anyone else. You just make assumptions and act on them. I don't think I did anything that special. But I know Michelle considers me her guardian angel because I introduced her to her current fertility clinic.
What? You mean the OBGYN clinic? The expensive one?
Yes. It's a well-known fertility clinic that's usually booked months in advance, but my college friend works there as a doctor. I used my connection to help get her in.
Really? Wait, that connection was through you? But I thought...
Yes, it was. I went to that clinic myself, and it helped me get pregnant, so I recommended it to Michelle.
You went to the clinic for fertility treatments? Oh, but you got pregnant so easily.
Yes, I had fertility treatments too. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd look down on me and say horrible things. Besides, there was no need to tell you. In the end, I was able to have my beautiful daughter.
You mean you had fertility issues too? But you always seemed so... Why didn't anyone tell me?
You just assumed I was showing off to Michelle about getting pregnant, and you made me your enemy based on that assumption. But that was all in your head. You never bothered to ask or understand.
Well, this is unexpected. But still...
Also, the previous clinic they were going to turned out to be pretty sketchy and cost them a lot of money. They were struggling with whether to try another round of treatment, so I gave them some money to help. I couldn't bear to see them give up.
Money? What do you mean money? How much money?
Michelle and Adam are very conscientious people, so they've already paid back more than half. I know unexpected expenses can be tough. I told them they could pay me back whenever, but they insisted.
Just wait a minute. Who exactly are you? How do you have that kind of money? What's your game here?
I work in healthcare. Plus, I got married later in life, so I had time to save up. There probably won't be any other big expenses for a while. I went through fertility treatments myself, so I wanted to support Michelle. But you denied all of that and kicked me out. Don't you think that was disrespectful to your own family?
Well, I haven't heard any of this before, so how was I supposed to know? Nobody tells me anything. What are you trying to say? Just come back already. The sushi's getting warm and nobody's eating because of your drama. You've ruined the whole celebration.
Are you kidding me? You old bat. You're still trying to blame me?
Excuse me, what did you just say? How dare you speak to me that way?
This isn't my drama. This is your drama. I left because you told me to get out, and I told you I was cutting ties with you. Oh, and I talked to Adam briefly about the situation. He agrees with me. About everything.
Adam agrees with you, but he's my son.
He just messaged me saying that Michelle is furious and your husband is angry too. They're probably going to kick you out. Actions have consequences, Helen.
What? Kick me out? Oh, that's ridiculous. I am Adam and Michelle's mother. They can't kick me out of my own house.
Again, it's not your house. You just moved in with Michelle and her husband when your husband threatened divorce and separation. You were just using their place as an escape. Did you think no one knew?
Sarah, how do you know about that? Nobody's supposed to know about that. Who told you?
No, the whole family knows. John has been talking to everyone about his concerns for a while now. Everyone's been worried.
The family? Family? What are you talking about? You're an outsider. How dare they discuss family matters with you?
See, you're the only one who thinks that. I'm part of the family. I care about Michelle and John. Though I definitely don't consider you family. You don't consider me family either. You're really selfish. You know that?
So you've all been secretly gossiping about me behind my back? That's horrible. They're my family. You had no right.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have blown through John's savings, sold his precious belongings, or racked up debt giving money to younger men. Maybe then people wouldn't need to talk about you.
Hold on. How do you know all that? Who told you about the money?
I told you already. Everyone knows. Adam wasn't happy about it either, apparently. You just barged into their house and acted like you owned the place. They only let you stay because Michelle needed help after giving birth, but you've really crossed the line now.
They're going to kick me out. This can't be happening.
Maybe you should have a proper conversation with John about your future. I won't be seeing you anymore. Oh, and Adam is absolutely livid that you insulted Amy.
What? I didn't insult her. Isn't this all just a misunderstanding? I was just joking.
You said I must be jealous because I had a girl instead of a boy. Amy is more than enough for me. You really said some awful things. Actually, thinking about it again is making me angry. Don't contact me anymore.
Wait a minute. What do you mean don't contact you anymore? You're not coming back? Can't we all just make up? Let's talk about this.
That's impossible. You'd need to completely change your way of thinking first. And I don't think that's possible. No, definitely not possible. Goodbye. Don't contact me again. How are you doing? I'm sorry I left early when you'd invited me. But Kyle is absolutely adorable. I wish I could have stayed longer.
Sarah, thank you. And I am so sorry. I can't believe how awful my mom was. I couldn't believe the things she was saying. I'm really sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize at all. None of this is your fault. But I feel bad about ruining the celebration lunch. Everyone must have been uncomfortable.
Please stop apologizing. You didn't ruin anything. My mom ruined it with her behavior. We'll have another meal together soon, without her this time. Mom's moving out.
Really? Did she accept that? I can't imagine her going quietly.
You're right about that. Accept isn't quite the right word. More like she had no choice. The whole family, we're all just done with her. She's been crying and making scenes, but nobody's backing down this time.
That must be so hard for you. Are you okay?
I mean, she's still my mother, but after everything that's happened, especially with what she did to Dad, I can't be on her side anymore, not after seeing how she treated you and the things she said about Amy.
How is your dad handling all this? How did John want separation and divorce, right? Does she have somewhere to go?
That's the thing. Dad's too soft. He'll probably let her stay at home for now. My husband is checking to make sure she doesn't take any more of their assets, though. We've already frozen several accounts.
That must be so awkward. Having to be suspicious of your own family is really stressful, isn't it? I'm sorry you're dealing with this.
Yeah, it's been really difficult. But in a way, I'm glad everything's out in the open now. So anyway, she's moving out of our place. We changed the locks yesterday. Please come visit us anytime. You're always welcome here.
Yeah. Thank you. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for her. Sometimes people need to hit rock bottom before they can change.
I think getting chewed out by you finally made her understand. She's never had anyone stand up to her like that. It's about time someone did. Dad loves Amy so much, so he couldn't forgive how she treated you. He was furious when he heard what she said, called her immediately to tell her off.
Just hearing that is enough for me. Knowing the family supports us means everything. Though I definitely don't want to see Helen for a while. But that should be fine since we won't have any reason to meet.
We completely understand. Take all the time you need. Family doesn't treat each other the way she treated you. Real family supports each other like you did for us. Hey, why won't you let me in? I know you can see me at the door. Are you not home? I've been waiting for 20 minutes.
What are you talking about? Where are you?
I came to your house. Let me in. We need to talk. It's cold out here.
Why? Why would you come to my house? I told you not to contact me.
My husband is saying weird things. He says he'll only let me stay if I get a job. Says he might let me stay in the house if I work. That doesn't make any sense. I'm his wife, not his employee.
Sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
And Michelle told me never to come near her, so I used the address from your Christmas card. I have nowhere else to go. You have to help me.
Wait. Are you at our old apartment? The one from the Christmas card?
Yes, but nobody's answering. The lights are on, though.
We moved from there at the end of last year. Those aren't our lights. Someone else lives there now.
What? I didn't hear about that. I don't know your address. Tell me where you live. I need somewhere to stay tonight.
I specifically told Adam not to give you our address because I didn't want you showing up uninvited. Good thing he didn't. So you're not even at my house right now. You're harassing strangers. Where else did you go? What are you going to do now? Where are you planning to go?
This is ridiculous. How can you be so cold? Where am I supposed to go? I'm your mother-in-law.
Listen here, you old hag. Go home and get a job. Stop making your problems everyone else's responsibility.
How dare you speak to me like that? After everything I've been through, you have no respect.
Sorry, but you're really getting on my nerves now. Don't you realize how generous John is being? Think about it. After everything you've done, he's still willing to let you stay if you just get a job. You're not going to find many people that are forgiving.
Maybe you're right, but working at my age, it's embarrassing.
You've only been able to avoid working because of John. But even he has his limits. Maybe it's time to face reality. Get a job and apologize to John properly. If you can't do that, you can sleep on the streets for all I care.
You don't have to be so harsh. I'm still family. You should show more compassion.
I'm giving you advice, even though we've cut ties. You could at least be grateful. But I've got nothing else to say to you. Figure it out yourself. You're 60 years old. Handle your own problems.
Sarah, please, I made some mistakes. Can't we start over?
No. Go home. Get a job. Stop texting me.
You'll regret this. When you're my age, you'll understand.
Blocking your number now. Good luck with the job search.
Mom's been causing trouble, but she seems to have settled down a bit. She's actually sticking with the convenience store job. We're thinking about letting her see Kyle again. What do you and Adam want to do?
So she's still working at that convenience store? I honestly didn't think she'd last a week.
Yeah. She went in thinking anyone could do convenience store work, but there was so much to learn. Got put through the ringer by a teenage shift leader. Had to learn the register system 3 times because she kept messing up. Seems like she's really reflecting on things now. She keeps telling Dad she wants to apologize to you.
Really? That must have been quite humbling for her.
You should hear her complain about standing all day and dealing with difficult customers. She says she never knew how hard service work was.
People really can change, huh? I'm honestly surprised. I never imagined John would take her back. After everything she did.
Dad's too kind, really. Sometimes I think he's being too soft. But she is trying. We actually suggested he go through with the divorce, but there were pension, retirement concerns. But he said if she's really sorry and works hard to pay back what she took, he might forgive her. He's too soft, isn't he? Always giving people another chance.
Maybe that's what love is. Knowing someone's flaws and still choosing them. If she's really changing.
She's different now. More humble. Actually listens sometimes. Sarah, I can never thank you enough for the fertility clinic. We paid back the money, but that doesn't even begin to cover our gratitude. When everything happened with Mom, I was scared we'd lose you too. I thought you might not want to talk to us anymore. Thank you for still being close with us.
Of course. We're family. That never changed. I actually grew up with 3 brothers, so I always wanted a sister. I'm so happy to be close with you and that our kids are around the same age. Nothing could change that.
I didn't know that about you. About your brothers. Thank you for sharing that with me. It means a lot. Please come visit anytime. Kyle misses his aunt.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Despite everything that happened, maybe some good came from it all.
I think so too. Mom's learning some hard lessons, but maybe they were necessary ones.
Time will tell. For now, let's just focus on the kids. Amy's been asking about playing with Kyle.
They're so sweet together. Real cousins. Real family.
After discussing it with Adam, we decided to wait a while longer before seeing Helen again. While we consider Michelle's family part of our own, the things Helen said aren't easily forgiven. According to John and Michelle, Helen asked to apologize to us and see Amy almost daily, but we want to see more genuine change from her first. To be honest, We'll consider reconnecting once she's shown real remorse through her actions and proven herself trustworthy. At least it seems like she and John are starting to work things out, so that's something positive.